And have a great birthday.
Yeah, see you.
Good man. We are underway with the laser run. Here we go. Mahanan Shaban leads us off. So there we go, folks. The Olympic champion giving us his thoughts ahead of the start of the laser run. Matteo Ciccinelli following out Mahanan Shaban. Mihaly Kolozar inside that top three. Mazen Shaban making his way out onto the field in just a moment's time as well. We've got two Shaban brothers. Can we see a couple of Shabans on the podium?
Oh, I mean, it's early in the race here, but cannot rule anything out here. Both are fantastic laser run runners. So Shaban is off, and it's Hassan and below.
So Hassan and below. Hassan 18 years of age, below in his 30s. I love to see this difference in experience across the board. So off we go. Athletes one by one making their way out onto the course. This is of course the formation lap, folks, so there's no shooting on this first 600 meters, but they will head to the range before too long. And Mahanan Shaban is just controlling the pace out front. He's not giving himself too much energy exerted in these early stages.
We know Shaban to have a sprint finish in him, so
he does.
Keep an eye for that.
Memories of the 2023 World Cup final, which you would have seen pictures of in the opening sequences, where Shaban and Jo Chung absolutely flew at each other. No British athletes at this event. We look forward to welcoming them back later in the year. Hopefully we'll see our Tokyo Olympic champion Jo Chung back on the circuit. Here is Mahanan Shaban completing the first lap and heading to the shooting range. Ciccinelli closely following him through. This is going to be a really interesting battle between these two. Ciccinelli has closed up that 10-second lead to around, I'd say, about 4 or 5 seconds. There's not much in it between those two. There you can see them on your screen. First and second place. Potentially gold and silver medalists if they both can shoot well. Let's see how they're shooting at the beginning of this race. Shaban, pistol in hand. Misses his first, misses his second, misses his third. Ciccinelli's made his first. So it's 1 out of 5 for Ciccinelli, 1 out of 5 for Shaban. Shaban makes it 2 out of 5, 10 seconds on the clock. A little bit of a nervy start from these athletes. 4 out of 5, and still Shaban hasn't got this done. And Kolozar now arrives at the shooting range. Shaban, Ciccinelli and Kolozar all at the range. Shaban is out. So it was around a 20-second shoot. Ciccinelli is out as well, and the battle now between first and second has really heated up. Kolozar at the range is now out. So front three separated by around 10-15 seconds. Kolozar has brought himself back into the picture now. What about those a little bit further back? Shaban's brother, Mazen Shaban, is at the range. Hassan's at the range, and we know he can be very quick on his day. Bello is out. So front three, in fact, there's been a change of lead. Ciccinelli has overtaken Mahanan Shaban. So it was 10 seconds the gap between them, but Ciccinelli has taken the race lead. Really, really exciting. Ciccinelli, I don't think, has ever won a World Cup medal before, so we could be about to see some more first-time podium sitters, as Matteo Ciccinelli has started this season looking in very good form, challenging Mahanan Shaban. And look at him, he's opening up a bit of a gap now. I wonder how they're going to shoot second time round. So Ciccinelli leads, Shaban in second place. Kolozar trying to close in, but he's a bit further back, around 10 seconds or more back. Hassan and Mazen Shaban are in 4th and 5th place. So we've got 3 Egyptians inside that top 5. Then we've got Bello. Moussia is making his way through as well. Jean-Baptiste Moussia started in 11th. He's already up to 7th place. Will we see a late charge from Jean-Baptiste Moussia?
We know Shaban to have almost near to perfect shooting, but he really needs to get that back on and forget the first shooting series that he has. But Ciccinelli is flying through for his second shooting series.
Here we go then, Ciccinelli arriving at the range. They've switched orders, and actually he's opened up a bit of a gap over Ciccinelli and Shaban, but Shaban, you feel, is holding back a bit of energy for later on in the show. So Ciccinelli with 2 out of the 5, misses the third. Shaban arrives at the range and makes his first shot. Can he put pressure now? Shaban shooting well here. Ciccinelli with 4 out of the 5. Shaban with 4 out of 5. Ciccinelli's away. Shaban closes that gap and in fact halves that lead. So Shaban, with a much better shooting round second time round, has taken a good chunk out of that lead from Ciccinelli. Kolesar away as well. And that gap between Kolesar and Shaban has closed down. What about the chasing pack though? Can we see any pressure from Belot and from Hassan? Belot we know is so experienced. Belot is struggling a little bit in the range here. And well, Shaban, Mazen is away now. So Mazen Shaban is out of the range. And is Belot still in the range? No, he's out. Morsia is in the range now. Murtaz Mohammed has made his way back into things. This is all different battles going on across the field here. Don't forget there's points up for grabs as well. Good battle between Shaban, Hassan and Belot a little bit further back.
Hassan looks to be picking up the pace here, has his eyes on the back of Belot, so Belot will have to be careful there. But in the head we have Ciccinelli just striding through his third lap of the race.
Murtaz Mohammed and Jean-Baptiste Morsier are flying through the field. Let's not rule them out at this point from anything happening. It can still all change. We've had 2 shooting routines. We still have 2 to go. Ciccinelli, Shaban, Kolesar are the 3 podium sitters at the moment. But Belot, Hassan, Shaban, Morsier, Murtaz, Muruk, Buri make up the top 10 as this race starts to relax into its rhythm. Ciccinelli has a decent gap now over Shaban, and we approach now for the penultimate shoots. And Shaban closed up the gap, but interestingly, Kolesar is closing in on Shaban. And in fact, the battle a little bit further back is not too far off. These athletes have been picking up their pace. I feel like Shaban is saving quite a lot of energy for this final lap, but we'll see. He's not looked as quick as he has done in the past. Ciccinelli back at the range. 1 out of 5 for Ciccinelli. Ciccinelli struggling a little bit here at the range. He makes his second shot, but it took some time to get there. Finding a bit of rhythm now. 4 out of 5 for Ciccinelli. Can Ciccinelli get this done? He can. Ciccinelli is out. What about Shaban? 1 out of 5 for Shaban. Kolesar shooting well here. 2 out of the 5 for Kolesar as the rest of the athletes start to put the pressure on his front 3. 4 out of the 5 for Kolesar. Kolesar takes second place away from Shaban. Shaban struggling at the range here. 4 out of 5 for Shaban. Shaban struggling to get it done. Eventually he finishes off his shoot, but this has brought a whole host of other athletes now potentially into medal contention. Who is going to shine on that chasing pack? Belot is away. That's good shooting from Valentin Belot. So Belot in 4th place versus Shaban in 3rd place is possibly the battle that will lead into the final lap. Kolesar's moved up into 2nd place. Ciccinelli leads, and he has a good gap over Kolesar. And I think Ciccinelli's on track for gold here.
Yeah, he's really making that gap bigger and bigger, but Kolesar is comfortable in 2nd position. It's the fight for 3rd position that is what we're waiting for.
So we are in a thrilling battle here between our top 10 athletes. Jean-Baptiste Morsier is still trying to keep himself in the battle. Murtaz, Shaban and Hassan in 7th, 6th and 5th place. Belot trying to take the battle to Shaban. Has Shaban saved a bit of energy for this final lap? He looks like he's opened up a little bit. So Ciccinelli making his way down the start-finish line, and he will begin his final lap. Heart will be in his mouth. He's never won a World Cup medal before, and this could well be his first ever, not just medal, but gold. Ciccinelli starting the season with a real fire in his belly. Kolesar starts his final lap now as well. The gap between them is around 10 to 15 seconds. So it's all for Ciccinelli to win here if we can put together a good shooting routine. Ciccinelli, pistol in hand, relaxes into his routine. It's 1 out of the 5. It's always nice to make that first target, isn't it? A little bit of nerves here as you'd expect. 2 out of the 5 for Ciccinelli. 3 out of the 5 for Ciccinelli, just 2 away from glory. 4 out of the 5, Ciccinelli is away! Matteo Ciccinelli with a small celebration, but he's still going to try and finish it on the running course. But Ciccinelli now looks certain to take a gold medal here. Shaban versus Kolesar. Kolesar with another very solid shoot. This battle for bronze will go down to the wire. Shaban below. Jean-Baptiste Morcia is making his way through, and Shaban is away, but so is Morcia. This is where things are really going to spring to life on this final lap. Has Shaban saved some energy, or will Jean-Baptiste Morcia steal that final podium position? Whew, leader, this is really heating up now.
No, definitely. I mean, Morcia picked up from 11th position. He's on the tail for 4th position. He's got his eyes on Mohamed Shaban. He's kicking in now.
Well, we've seen this battle before, haven't we, with Shaban battling for medals on the final lap of the race. But Jean-Baptiste Morcia, who has made his way from 11th place on the track, is looking to claim a very, very exciting pentathlon medal. And there are battles going on across the field. Moutaz, Hassan and Shaban a little bit further back are battling, but this is where things are getting dramatic now. Jean-Baptiste Morcia is closing in on Mohamed Shaban. A quick glance over the shoulder there from Mohamed Shaban, sees that the Frenchman is all over the back of him, but Shaban has saved a little bit of energy for the final stages of this race, but claiming his first ever World Cup gold medal from Italy. It's his day. Matteo Ciccinelli is the champion here in Cairo. He kisses the tape in celebration. Taking second is Kolazar, a fantastic result from him, and Shaban is back with a bang. It's bronze for the Egyptian. Jean-Baptiste Morcia comes home with a very admirable 4th place. Valentin Belot takes 5th. Exciting final here in Cairo sees Hassan take 6th place, and the final extended podium position.
Mohamed Hassan. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, athletes are fighting for position 4, 5, and 6. So that is what a finish there. Hugo Florent crossing the finish line, is just followed by Bory of France.
Well, we expected it to be dramatic, and that has been the case. Alida, impressed by what you've seen so far?